is 14 minutes to 9. Back into the Christmas mood, I think. Slade, does that go on your playlist, Charlie?
It's one of those songs. You put the radio on at the moment, it's on all the time.
What is it?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Do you know what? When we said that this morning, I wasn't even sure of the title, but you know the song.
Absolutely. 50 years old this year. The band's lead guitarist, Dave Hill, has been talking to us, saying that the song still means so much to him. He's joined a sing-along with a group of college students. Ben Sidwell went along.
So Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun.
It's not often you get to sing one of the most famous Christmas songs of all time with a member of the band who made it. But at the City of Wolverhampton College in Bilston, that's just what the students on the college's Future programme got to do when they were joined by Slade's very own Dave Hill. And for the man who organised the sing-along, it was a dream come true.
First Christmas I ever remember, I was 5-year-old, and it was a case of Slade versus Wizzard to be #1, and I just thought it was so incredible. And so the spirit of 1973 has stayed, I think, not just with me, but with all of us and all the students coming through. We all love Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's the time that every Santa has a ball.
In 1973, when Merry Christmas Everybody was released, Slade were the biggest band in the country, and the song went straight in at #1 in the singles chart.
When it flew out of the shops, 250,000 in one day. But I think the joy it's brought, and now we're talking to each other right now, it's 50 years. 50 years, half a lifetime if you live to 100, but I don't know. People say, do you get fed up with it? I think it's one of the greatest things we've ever made.
It's been a year-long campaign trying to get one of Slade to the college, which began when the students recorded a video singing and signing the Black Country Christmas classic. But sadly, the college had no luck getting hold of anyone from Slade. But all that changed a couple of months ago when Richard came to the college's salon to have his hair cut. And the person that did that haircut just happened to be Dave Hill's daughter, Jade. Jade, who's a tutor at the college, passed the students' video on to her dad, and today their Christmas wish came true.
It's going to be hard to beat this one, isn't it? It's been a wonderful experience. So, and thank you to Dave for making the students and my Christmas. Have we all had an excellent time at our Christmas concert?
Ben Sidwell, BBC News.
One man who knows a lot about Christmas music is classical singer Russell Watson. I'm delighted to say joins us now. Good morning. You're looking very festive with the tree behind you.
Oh, thank you very much. I've got my festive colleague with me here as well, Muffin.
Oh, can you just leave the screen like that? Because I just want to see Muffin the whole time. Maybe you could scoot closer to Muffin. Is that allowed? Honestly, Muffin's too gorgeous. How are you, Russell? And what's going to be on your playlist for this Christmas?
I mean, I love Christmas first and foremost, and the Christmas repertoire. There's something magical about it that kind of, I don't know, just transports you. Certainly me, anyway, from my perspective, transports me back to, you know, my childhood and earlier days in my life, and brings back so many wonderful memories. I think Silent Night's one of those. Oh, Holy Night. There's just so many. Even the odd Cliff classic as well. My mum was a big fan of Cliff Richard, so we were often listening to the Cliff stuff as well. So I mean, Christmas to me is just a magical time. You're
on tour at the moment, aren't you? And you've got a Christmas set list, and it's quite interesting because you had a bit of the traditional ones there and a bit of the modern. It's about getting the balance right, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some slightly more modern than Cliff Richard. I mean, I could go all the way back to, you know, Schubert. Some of those old Ave Marias are beautiful as well. But yeah, I mean, I just, the Christmas repertoire somehow is, I think music is predominantly the finest backdrop to Christmas. You know, wherever you go, as soon as you hear that Christmas music, usually about September, October, which I think is probably a little bit too early, you maybe start feeling a little bit Christmassy, certainly into December anyway.
Russell, morning to you, it's Charlie here. Tell me about there are some songs that are quite sort of schmaltzy, aren't they? Christmas songs. They're all very gentle and about the Christmas tree and the presents. And then there are the rowdy ones. I'm thinking of the Slade type material where everyone, you know, if you're having a party, it goes on, everyone's screaming at the top of their voices. Do you do those ones? Do you do the Noddy Holder thing?
Well, at the moment, I've been touring in like cathedrals and churches, and I'm not sure.
So not really appropriate.
Well, maybe it's appropriate, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. Not that I don't like it, but it just doesn't work quite well in a cathedral.
No, that's a very good point. I didn't realise yours was a kind of ecclesiastical tour. I was thinking more like a party atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a nice little segue from Silent Night into Slade's Merry Christmas. That'd be good.
I can picture it now. It's good to have a mash. Isn't that what you call it in your business? A mash-up. You mash music up, don't you?
Yeah, that's a major mash-up.
Do you know what, Russell? One thing, when it comes to Christmas songs, you don't hear many new Christmas songs that kind of make the playlists these days, you know, that stay in the playlist. They all seem to be at least 10, 15 years old, if not older. What do you think the problem is with that?
I don't think it's a problem. I think Christmas is I think it generates melancholy because it's predominantly a time where, you know, people are, I would say, meant to be, because not everybody is. But I think it's a time where people are meant to be together. It's a time for family. I mean, for me personally, it's that time where, you know, I close the front door and it's all about myself and the family and everybody getting together and chewing the fat and people that maybe I've not seen for a long time. But I genuinely think that Christmas brings back a lot of melancholy, a lot of thoughts from the past. And, you know, I think we tend to, I sometimes get a little bit down about it because, you know, of maybe friends and family that have lost along the way, grandparents that are no longer with us. I just think it kind of generates that feeling and that sense of, you know, a little bit of sadness, but also togetherness. But by the same rule, you know, we got to think about people, particularly at this time of the year, that don't have maybe the best situations in life as well. They're out there and not having a great time.
It's almost as if music can offer comfort, isn't it?
In some respects, yes. I think it does. I think the Christmas music in particular does offer a certain amount of comfort, unless, you know, you're working in one of the supermarkets where you've been listening to it for the last 3 months.
Do you know what, Russell? Maybe there's a sense of inevitability about this, and I apologise in advance. It would seem wrong to have Russell Watson on the television this morning, and I'm thinking Bing Crosby, and I'm thinking White Christmas, and it would seem wrong somehow not to ask Russell Watson to just sing. Is that inappropriate? Is it possible? What would you do if I asked you that?
Well, I finished the show last night, and I was definitely not planning on singing this morning because it was a very late night last night after my gig.
You can't say no.
I've got to travel down the motorway today to the Isle of Wight for a gig that I'm doing there tomorrow. So I'll try. I mean, I'm not doing any of the big opera stuff, but I'll maybe, I don't know. I finished the night last night with I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. Do you fancy that one?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you mentioned a bit of Bing, so I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops, she's not interested in listen, and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Sometimes she sings with me. This is bizarre.
Do you know what, Russell?
Do you know what, Russell? Oh, sorry, go on.
It feels awful. It feels... I'm sorry to interrupt. That was absolutely glorious.
Beautiful.
And loving your dog as well.
But
just added to the occasion.
Muffin's reaction was comedic on a completely different level. Facing the other way and not moving whilst you are belting out with your gorgeous voice. I don't know what to say about Muffin's lack of appreciation of you.
Yeah, I think it's early in the morning for her yet.
Oh.
She needs to go out for a morning walk. She'll be fine then.
Russell, you're always so much fun when you talk to us on Breakfast. Can I ask a really bizarre question? Because we're talking about the Christmas decorations. Did you decorate the Christmas tree behind you?
No. I put the Christmas tree up because it's not a real one; it's a fake one. So I put the Christmas tree up, and then the wife came in and did all the hard work.
OK. Well, she's done a marvellous job. Do you have any old baubles? That's the question for you. You don't know, do you? You literally are just looking at it once it's done. Oh no, I've called out Russell Watson and his Christmas tree
I
etiquette.
think we need to leave it. Russell, it's been lovely talking to you. You relax now. Have a lovely time at home. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I'll finish my coffee. It's lovely to see you both.
Enjoy. Safe journey down to the Isle of Wight.
Okay, thanks a lot. God bless. Bye-bye.
He's lovely, isn't he? He's just wonderful.